very big congratulations to all of my friends and colleagues in Russia. You've completed the MSM-24. Now let's check the results of this hard work that we've been doing. We must continue the work because given the present trends, approximately 388 million people will die due to chronic diseases in the next 10 years, half of those before the age of 70. So there's still quite a lot of work to do. A brief note on your participation. Please use a code name, any code name you want when you send me this document so that I can protect your confidentiality while using your data to push back the diseases that are confronting us. Very good luck. Let's get down to work here.
Hi, to MSM-24 is Dr. Mike McGannon.
Hello, this is Juliette McGannon. Welcome to MSM-24 testing and welcome to Inside, where we've been teaching for 30 years.
Today we're going to talk to you about how to test yourselves and quantify where you stand vis-a-vis your health parameters. Why do we want to have these tests? Number one, to establish a benchmark for you. A benchmark is important because it'll give you an idea as to where we're starting, against which we'll compare after the 24 weeks. So number one, a benchmark. Number two, quantify to improve. Don't operate in the dark. You need to know what aspects of your functionality are slipping and what aspects of your risk profile are perhaps going up, creating a problem for you. So today, first thing I'm going to discuss is two issues. One is functionality and the other is risk. To quantify your functionality and to quantify your risk, there's a little bit of equipment you're going to need to measure yourself and your significant other, your spouse, your wife, your husband. First thing, you need to know how to measure your blood pressure. We'll go about this. You need a blood pressure kit, either manual or electronic. What else are we going to need, Juliette?
We're going to need a stopwatch and we're going to need a tape measure in centimeters, not in inches, in centimeters. That's it.
That's all your equipment for you need. Now, get ready. We're going to measure all of your functionality and your risk parameters right now, starting with pulse, apnea, standard ratio, etc.
Etc. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the first functionality test. We're going to measure your pulse. Very simple. How to measure your pulse? You place your fingers either at your wrist, like this, yes, or near your in your neck on one side or the other side. It's the same. Once you feel your pulse, you take your stopwatch or your clock, and then as soon as you feel your pulse, you click and you count how many pulse you feel in 15 seconds. Then multiply the number by 4 in order to get your pulse per minute, and you write it on your sheet, on your evaluation page. Okay? Excellent.
Easy and very simple.
Let's continue. Second functionality test, apnea. We are going to measure how long you can hold your breath. This is a sign of longevity. Okay? Are you ready? So first you exhale. Very good. Inhale. And click your stopwatch. Hold your breath as long as you can. Okay. Then
Relax.
Relax. Then when you can't hold anymore, you exhale. And then you write the number of seconds you hold it on your sheet of your lifestyle survey. Okay? Let's continue. Okay. Third functionality test, sit to stand, to measure the explosive strength of your legs. The stronger your legs are, the less the heart has to work. It's like a second heart. So the way you start from sitting on the floor. Okay?
I usually use stocking feet or bare feet. Don't wear shoes, it's more difficult.
And make sure that when you do it, there's someone behind you in order that if you back up, you don't hurt yourself and fall on your head.
Have somebody spot you.
Always. So cross your legs, ready, sit to stand without touching your hands if you can on the floor. You see, this is perfect. This is a 10. Now, if you help yourself with one hand to stand up, it's -2. If you use another hand, it's another -2. If when you stand up, you wobble behind, you want to show how you, if you stand up and then you go back up like this, yes, it's another -2. Okay? So then you calculate your results and you write it on your sheet of
Top
paper.
score 10. If you can't do it at all, 0. Very important test for fitness.
Let's continue. Fourth functionality test, the plank. How long you can hold the plank. Okay, it's a very good exercise to build up your abs, your arms, your legs. It's very, very good exercise. Okay, so in the position, okay, make sure that your back is nice and flat, okay, and then you click and you try to hold the position as long as possible. Don't forget to breathe.
Go for at least 2 minutes if you can.
But otherwise you build up. 30 seconds is already a very good starting score. It's important to have a benchmark and then to build on it. So you hold it as long as you can, and then you write your results on your data collection page, how many seconds you were able to hold the plank. Very well. Let's continue. Fifth functionality test, memory test. We're going to flash a photograph. It's like a drawing. For a few seconds, you're going to focus on it, and then we're going to ask you to number all the items that you have memorized. Are you ready? Go. Okay, very good. Now please write down all the items that you can remember. And for each correct items, you will get 1 point. Maximum for that test is 10 points for 10 correct items. Well done. Sixth and last functionality test. Concentration test. We are going to give you a number, and then we are going to give you an interval. And in 20 seconds, we are going to ask to count backward as far down as possible. We give you a number, we give you an interval, and then you count backward. Are you ready? Go! Time's up. Very good. Now please make the correction, and for every number is correct, it's 1 point. Please write down your result on your sheet of paper. Well done.
Total is 14 points out of a total of 14.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to MSM self-assessment. Now we're going to get down into the risk aspect. We just finished the functionality, now we start the risk. First risk, of course, is blood pressure. You need to know your blood pressure. 2 ways to do it. One is the electronic way, a little tiny machine you put on there. Digital does it for you. I like the old-fashioned ways. How do you do it? You're going to check the level, at the level of the heart, the pressure. And you're going to do that in the arm. So the arm must be at the same level as the heart. Very simple to do. Everyone should know how to check their blood pressure. You put it on, boom. It's easier than checking. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to pump up the tourniquet, and I'm going to be listening downstream. Pump it up to about 200. Slowly let it off. When I hear my first sound, that's your systolic. When the sounds stop, that's diastolic. Chances are very good that your doctor, thank you. Thank you very much, madam. Chances are very good that you already know your blood pressure or that your doctor will provide it for you, so you may not need to test it yourself. You could also check it with the electron machine. Good luck with that. Very important. Must know your blood pressure. Next test is body fat to evaluate your risk. Body fat's important, not just how much weight you're carrying, but where it is and how much body fat you have.
Okay, so second evaluation test, okay, for your risk. First for man. For man, you measure the waist at the level of the belly button. If you want to have accurate number, make sure that you exhale, you let your guts out in order to have an accurate
Do all this
measurement.
in the shower. You don't have any shirts on. Do it with your...
So you take it like this, you measure at the level of the belly button while you expire, and then you take the measurement here.
Don't suck your gut in, just give us a regular thing.
Exactly, and you write down on the sheet of paper. Then the hips, heels together, you take the circumference of the hip at the widest part of the buttocks, and then same thing, you measure and you write it down on your data collection page. Third one is to find out if you have a big frame body or a small frame body. So for man, we take the widest part of the forearm, and then here you measure, see for here it's 29, then you write it down. Okay?
So for men, waist, hips, dominant forearm.
Okay, let's
For
do
ladies, a bit
let's
different.
do for ladies now.
Okay?
Okay?
Okay, now for the moment of truth, we must measure our ladies' body fat. Women distribute body fat differently, therefore we must measure it differently. So from the side, again, it's better to measure in the nude, but that probably wouldn't go over too big and inset. At the level of the belly button, boom, number one. At the measure of the upper thigh, women,
Widest part of your thigh.
number two. And lastly, at the calf. Don't move, this is fine. Again, normally you'd be doing this at the widest point of the calf. You take those three figures, you plug them into the formula of the body fat for women, of course, and then you calculate your body fat and then your impact scores. Very good. On to the next test. Okay, so we've done the blood pressure, we've done the body fat. A discussion of risk factor for the various diseases wouldn't be complete without alcohol and tobacco. Alcohol is very straightforward. How many units or how many drinks do you drink per week on average? You must take an average, even if you don't think there is one.
What is a unit? Huh? A unit in a bottle of wine, you have 6 units. For beer, a pint of beer is 2 units, and for alcohol, strong alcohol, a shot of spirit is 1 unit. It's important.
It's all a question of how much alcohol is actually in it. So you got the units, right? A glass of wine, a shot of spirits, or a half a pint of beer. Okay, that's alcohol. Tobacco works a little bit differently in terms of calculating its impact. Please write down how many cigarettes you smoke per day for how many years. Okay, now we're down to the laboratory test when it comes to evaluating your risk status. One, of course, would be the cholesterol profile, but a very specific part of the cholesterol profile. The ratio between triglycerides and HDL. That's very, very important. That would tell you whether or not you're in a cleaning dynamic or a clogging dynamic. Get your triglycerides checked, convert it with the conversion factors below into grams per liter. Check your HDL cholesterol, convert it into grams per liter because you must convert both into grams per liter. Calculate the ratio and then calculate the impact of that. You're calculating the triglyceride HDL ratio, which is known also as the clogging ratio. Okay, last test involved in deriving your health age would be the vitamin D level in your blood, specifically the 25-OH vitamin D. Vitamin D is a very important moiety for your health. You have to have the right level. Very important. Check it as a part of the benchline, a part of the benchmark for your health age. Check it, convert it into nanograms per milliliter using the conversion factors below. And that's it.
Well done. Let's calculate now.
Okay, last step. So you have all your parameters, both functionality and risk measured. Now you've got to calculate the impact of those various functionality and risk factor elements. So how do you do it? You go to the table, you find the range that you're in, you calculate the impact in months. You add or subtract them all together. To your age, just follow the instructions below to calculate both your health age and your functionality to risk ratio.
Let's calculate the health age. Health age is nothing more than the impact on your longevity of your lifestyle. Okay, let's calculate it now. It's very simple. Whether you're doing it for the first time now or whether you're doing it as a follow-up after 24-week participation MSM-24, the process is the same. It's a 6-stage, 6-step process going through each of the parameters. Let's do it now. Step number 1, collect the data. It's going to take a little while to collect all the data, probably for like half an hour or an hour to do it all. Step number 2, note the impact coefficient of the result and note them in the right-hand side. Step number 3, tally up, add up all the impacts for functionality and for risk. Step number 4, insert those values, the index for functionality and the index for risk, into the appropriate formulas on the survey to calculate the impact of your health age. Make sure to note that some of these impacts are negative and some of these impacts are positive. Step number 5, note your points. Go to the Google spreadsheet that I set out for you and note the total number of points that you've collected during the 24 weeks. Note them on your survey. Last step number 6, send it to my address at INSEAD. I'll need those points and I'll need your results to calculate the winners of the program. Good luck and all the best.
Any last words before kicking them off on the MSM-24?
Well, we're looking forward to be working with you with 24 weeks. It's going to be very fun and very exciting. See you then.
You're going to need every bit of your enthusiasm to start to transform with your process, sculpting the mind and the body. But it's going to be a wonderful 24 weeks together, so let's get our enthusiasm together. All the very best to you, and talk to you soon.
Absolutely. Bye now. Au revoir.